We have built the most sophisticated communication tools in human history, specifically designed to connect the globe. Yet, for millions of older Americans today, that harsh blue light represents a completely new kind of profound isolation. The friction appears in everyday moments: a hesitation to answer an unknown number, staring at a login screen for online banking, unsure which button leads to a secure account and which leads to a scam. Beneath that hesitation is the anxiety of making a mistake that cannot be undone. It is the persistent fear of clicking the wrong link, having to ask for help yet again, and slowly losing the independence they spent a lifetime building. This gap in technological fluency acts as an invisible barrier, quietly locking seniors out of the modern world and threatening their autonomy. When the technology industry encounters user friction, their instinct is to push top-down fixes. They release software updates, redesign user interfaces, run mass marketing campaigns promising simplicity. Those tactics fail older adults because they misdiagnose the problem. A slick tutorial from a massive corporation cannot ease the anxiety of an overwhelmed senior. Technical instructions mean nothing if a person doesn't feel safe enough to follow them. Tutorials explain how a button works, but they can't provide the sense of security required to actually press it. We simply call this the trust deficit. When an individual is already hyper-aware of digital scams and fraud, they naturally, and correctly, reject advice broadcast by strangers on a screen. To bridge this gap, we have to discard standard corporate playbooks. The solution requires a system built entirely outside the structures of traditional advertising. Mighty Elders operates through established bonds. We lean on the years of shared history neighbors and friends have already built together. No amount of television commercials, or billionaire corporate backing, or celebrity endorsements can manufacture that kind of safety. In this context, those high-budget tools are mathematically useless. Instead, the mechanism relies on direct personal connection. A neighbor walking across the street to help a neighbor. A family member sitting down to open a door for someone they love. This creates a network effect. When one person helps another, they form a single thread of trust, establishing a solid baseline. From there, the math takes over. 1 becomes 2, 2 become 4, 4 become 8. The growth compounds organically. The most effective engine for scaling a mission relies entirely on the compounding math of individual human trust. Project that math forward, and we reach our target scale: an active, interconnected web of 100,000 mighty elders. At that scale, this network begins to function as an immune system. Hundreds of thousands of people actively learning together, flagging threats to protect one another, and pooling decades of lived experience. You start to see this momentum materialize in local communities. Senior centers running weekly AI workshops, public libraries shifting into decentralized technology hubs for older adults. The traditional roles invert: grandparents teaching grandparents, veterans guiding veterans, retired teachers stepping up to act as the primary technology instructors for their neighborhoods. A self-sustaining community of 100,000 empowered seniors is an entirely executable plan, built directly into the structure of how we grow. To activate that growth, we need a shift in perspective. You can no longer view yourself simply as someone benefiting from a service. To trigger this network effect, you have to adopt a new identity. You have to become an ambassador. This does not require you to act as a salesperson, and you don't need to be a technical expert. Your only role is to facilitate access for someone who needs it. The ultimate reach of this movement relies on our members deciding to step up and act as the architects of the community. So here is the immediate requirement to move this forward. I am asking you to initiate exactly one conversation about Mighty Elders this week. The action required is small. Sit down and help one person take the initial quiz. Share a single screen and watch one video together. Older adults are living libraries of wisdom, and they belong at the absolute forefront of the future. At 100,000 members, the network reaches a critical density where peers are available to help in almost every community, ensuring seniors aren't forced into digital isolation. Future generations will recognize that these individual invitations are what kept senior wisdom integrated into the modern world.